Caso curta o nosso som, caso curta a nossa vibe, caso curta.
My name is Tiago, my real name, under the name of Djeff Afrozila. I'm born in Portugal, in Alverca, Lisbon. I am 32, and now I'm living in Angola. I moved to Angola after I finished my class lessons. I did a course of graphic design. So I finished the course, and then I moved to Angola. I'm there already 8 years, something like that, 8 years, 7 years. Yes, and I am a DJ, producer. I do what I love, and I'm happy. In the beginning, I tried to have the course of audio and video, something like that. And then when I went into the school, they said, yo, it's already occupied, you don't have a spot to do this course, so you need to change. And I was like, okay, so, but something is going to help me as an artist to promote myself in the beginning, because we don't have no one to help you. So it was cool because I always was a person who liked to touch in computers and things like that. So the beginning, my first flyers, my first website, all those things, it was me who did. So even the way how you do the things about your image, about you as an artist, so it helped me a lot to do the first moves. When we go to a club and you are playing and you see the way how the people are moving, the way how the people are dancing, they compliment the other person, the way how they say hello, all those kinds of moves, I think is when I feel like, okay, yeah, but the people are from other continents or from other country, but the way how they treat the other person is familiar to me, you know. So it's kind of cool because every time when I'm playing and I see people from nowhere and I drop a beat or I drop a melody, like I really feel that person is gonna feel like almost the same way. So I think it's where have the connection and make something beautiful. Africa, it's a motherland, right? So I think everything about music and rhythms and all these things born there, and we are having that on these moments about the music, because I think on the 80s and on the 90s, the musicians, I think they have created everything. So right now we need to recreate and not inventing, but pick something is already born and then change and maybe broke, and then we build up again and make something that the people are not used to it to listen or something, because everything about the music was already created. So we are not going to create anything more. We just need to recreate something that already exists. Portugal means home. Means home because I'm born there. I'm living in Angola right now, but Portugal, it's a country. When I was young, I was a little bit like, I want to live in another place, another country, and whatever. But now every time I go to Portugal, I still have my parents there living, but every time I go to play in Portugal, coming from Angola, like outside to inside, it's beautiful. I'm in love again with Portugal, with Lisbon, with Porto, with Algarve, and every time I go there, the way how the people receive me and the way how the people treat me make me feel like, yeah, you are coming back home, you know, like your home is here. Besides, in Angola I have always a good time, the people like love me there, but now every time I go to Portugal I really feel like it's home. It was funny because when I finished my course, I was like looking for jobs, right, to start working like a graphic design. And then one of my uncles, he was about to open a club in Luanda, like an African club. I have some more cousins, and he just said, yo, why you guys don't move to Angola and then we open the club together? And I was like, okay, yeah, I can go, but on that time I was already thinking like, I want to be a house DJ. So in Angola, the house music on that time was not so big. It is right now, right? So yeah, I said, yeah, why not? And then we moved and we opened the club. I started working there. I was one of the resident DJs, and I was only playing house music. And then I started playing house music. The people there, they saw and they felt it like, okay, so the way how Djeff is playing house music is different from the other DJs from here. Because in Europe, like we know, of course, the house music is big like for years. And I started having like my space on the crowd and for the people on the clubs. They knew like every time Djeff is playing, the way how he's going to play house music is going to be different. So the people start talking, of course. And then after that, I started working on a TV show. I had a TV show called Made in Angola. It's like a video clip, like MTV style, just a top 10, and I was introducing, that was the presenter of the program. And yeah, the people started looking at me and knowing my name, and of course a lot of doors opened with that. And yeah, I just started making music, and the people seems like they are liking. When I was young, I was introduced to house music by my sister. I have a sister. She lives in London right now. She's older than me, 7 years. And the first time I heard house music was like a cassette she had, and was the song Show Me Love by Robin S. And then like Size Queen, Walk For Me, some of those tunes. And when I listened, I was like, yeah, I love this. I don't know what they are saying, but I love like the rhythm and the way how they are singing. And then I just got impassioned with house music. And after that, I started, like investigating a little bit and trying to know more about house music. Since I have started, I was listening more house music, and when I got a little bit more older, I knew already a lot of like African music. So why not to join both things, like house music with African music? So that's why one of the reasons I started making music, because I wanted to listen like house music, but with my influences, like from my parents. So that's how I found like Black Coffee, Bodhisattva, Louis Vega, Joe Closel, Unchulade. So I knew already guys like Eric Morillo, and some more guys like Eric Morillo is one of my favorites. He's not one, but he's like my biggest inspiration till now, like being a DJ. So why not mix like Paulo Flores with Daft Punk? It's like electronic music with African music from Angola. So why don't mix both things? So this is like the biggest reason I start making music, and yeah, mixing like different rhythms, different melodies, but on the same note, and make the things happen. So my passion of house music made me come till here. In the beginning, some people call me crazy. Some people call me crazy because I was in Angola. I started making music. Of course, in the beginning, my beats was not so cool or so not good, even for me. But I was showing to the people like the ideas of the tracks. And it's funny because I started making music and I started giving for some people. And the first person who, like maybe first person who got interested in my music was DJ Gregory from France. Was one of my inspirations too. DJ Gregory is French. He's making house music for years. And I remember he went to a club, like the best club in Angola is called Chill Out. Only plays house music and R&B a little bit and hip hop. And he went there to play because on that time he was working with DJ Gregor Salto to making songs like Paris Luanda, and they were looking like for kuduro vocals and funk and some rhythms. And when he was there, he was like asking for the people, like, who is DJ Djeff? I want to meet DJ Djeff. And I was like, wow, Gregory is here and he's looking for me. Like I was young and like he was like already a famous DJ. It was kind of fun because we start every time I was doing something. After that, I was sending him by email, and he was giving like, yo, this beat is cool, but try to change something and whatever. And after that, I met personally Louis Vega was there to play. I met Bodhisattva and we became like brothers, and a lot of people started happening like that. So after that, I started sending my music to some labels. One of the first label I released my music was Muru by Anani Vega. And then I released the track like Tamboleno, Noba, some of my biggest hits till now on this kind of music like Afro House. So yeah, it's just happening like that, you know, like the people start listening to music like, okay, this is house music, but this is still African. And we don't know what they are singing because some of the music we make are in Portuguese or some in Creole or some in Kimbundu, like traditional languages from our country. And the people just fall in love. I don't know if it is like because of the melodies, of the way how they are singing, but I think the way how the music happens and like the final results, even if you are not, if you don't know what they are singing, you feel something, like the melody like says something to you, you know. So I think this is the most beautiful thing, because when you listen to a track, maybe I can talk about my track called Peluca. You don't know what Gary is singing, but I got a lot of messages of people from different countries saying every time in the morning I put that song, because when I listen that song, it makes me happy, it makes me smile, you know. I think I was always like this, you know. I cannot complain about anything. Since I was children, I got a lot of love for my family, you know. So it is like, I think we need to share love. We need to share, and not on even love, but everything, you know. So experiences and talk to each other and all of those things. So if I can make by the music, I'm put on my head like, okay, I'm sharing the love I can give for the people by my music and by being a DJ. I think I'm doing my mission. So if everyone do his mission, we are going to be a better world, you know, a better earth. So why not? Why not? If maybe I found like my mission on this life, and here on this world, being myself. And if my mission is this, and I think it is, I'm just still doing what I love, you know. I just sit on my chair and I start making music, and what I'm feeling, I will do it, because till now the people are feeling it and they are loving. So I will just keep doing what I love, because it is this. I think it's about just do, you know. We need to do something, and I'm doing what I really love. The people are enjoying. Thank God my parents have the opportunity to see me growing, to see me where I start, when I was dreaming in my room, mixing into a mirror, and a lot of posters and things like that, you know, like Eric Murillo, Louis Vega, and all those guys. And now I have the opportunity to be there with them, like saying thank you. And they are looking at me and they say thank you too, you know, because I think they really feel like they were inspiration for me. And now I'm here to inspire other people, you know. So now I'm living in Angola and I see a lot of kids, even in Portugal, and like the Lusophone side, a lot of people, maybe I think they are like trying to mix like me, like to play like me. So they see like Djeff like an inspiration, like something like I was seeing all those guys in the beginning, you know. So I think this is great. It was the first time I met Eric Murillo, you know. So after all these years, right now I'm 32 and I started playing, if I'm not wrong, I was like 17, 18, it was kind of late, but I just fall in love like so quick, and then I want to learn everything about that, you know. So only last year I met Eric Murillo and I did the warm-up for him in Portugal, and yeah, it was magical. It was magical, you know, because when he arrived at the booth, he was like looking at me playing, and he was, because right now in Portugal we have the same manager, you know, So he was looking, and he said to Jose like, "Yo, he moves like me." So, you know, it was like, what? How? It's like the first time I'm seeing someone like playing like the energy and the way how he's playing is like a different sound, but the way how he's playing is like similar. Like, yeah, because I just learned from videos, from everything, but right now I'm being myself. So, but that way I'm moving and I'm doing the things. It's like the way I feel. It's like I'm not doing like I want to be Eric Murillo. No, I want to be Djeff Afrozila. But the way how I think, like he needs to be done, is like that. You know, like to really share and give to the people the energy of the DJ and make the people have like a good time when they are on that dance floor. They disconnect literally from their life and they are there living that moment, you know, listening the music and listening the drums, listening the lyric, and just got into the journey. And yeah, when the journey finished, okay, we go back to our real life and we go home. It's funny because I have been traveling like around the world, but I think like one of the biggest things maybe I can say or I can tell, it was one of the times I was in Mexico playing for the festival Mi Casa Su Casa, and I have some friends from San Diego, from US, and they just said, "Yo, there is a Chinese girl. She's like crazy about you," and I was like, "Chinese, really?" And they said, "Yes, Chinese. She's here. She's from Hong Kong, and you will see." And we went to have dinner, and when she saw me, she started crying. I was like, "Okay," and she was looking at me like, "Ah!" She started like laughing and screaming, doing everything at the same time, and she was crying. And she came and she gave me a hug, like, you know, like a brother's hug, you know, like something like real strong. And then yeah, we started talking, and now we are like brothers. Her name is Helen Ting. She's Chinese. She's from Hong Kong, and I am like one of his biggest DJs, or maybe the one like the biggest DJ. And she's crazy about like Afro house, Latin, and whatever, and she knows everything about me, you know, like it's crazy because she's in Asia and like everything about the music, you know. So I don't know what was the first track because I never asked it, but right now we are friends, like real brothers. She was with me this summer in Portugal, like with my parents, and you know, like was beautiful and great. And I think this was something that in my life is gonna be forever, because it was magical. It was something real powerful because I was in Africa making music. She was in Asia, and with the music we met in Mexico. It's like on a different side, and now we are real friends and real brothers. So I think this is one of the biggest things that happened in my life.